Hey guys, it's Alexis and welcome to my very first story time. This is actually not supposed to be my first video. I actually filmed a seafood mukbang about 2 weeks ago, but I'm like really upset because what happened was I filmed two videos. I filmed maybe like a 40-minute video and then like maybe like the same, like two 45-minute videos. And everything was cool. I uploaded it to my computer. I started editing. And I had it all edited down to 10 minutes, and if you edit, you know, if it's your first time, like, it's super hard. So to get it down to 10 minutes, and I actually had like sound effects and everything. I did my my intro, everything. Tell me, when I was about to upload the freaking video, a caution sign came up, like those yellow caution signs came up, and I just couldn't hear it. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to fix it, and I just got so frustrated. Like, I'm not the most tech savvy person, but I'm understanding like I should probably, you know, have a little more patience and try, you know, to figure out things more, especially if it's something that I want to do. Can't just give up. But I got so frustrated, so I was like, you know what, like, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not gonna mess around with this video. But it's still something that I would like to put up because I thought the quality was really cool. So if you guys have any ideas of how I could fix the no sound, definitely leave me some suggestions down below. I decided to make a video today because I was like, you know what, I brought this camera, like I brought my tripod, like I need to do stuff, you know, like I need to start making stuff. I need to talk to you guys. My tripod's actually kind of broken right now because I washed my wig and then I put it, like, I have a styrofoam wig head, and I put the styrofoam wig head on top of my like the place where my camera goes, and I put it in my laundry room. And then I think when I took my wig off the head, I left it in there. Such a stupid mistake, but somebody knocked it over and like the latch at the bottom kind of broke. So whatever, it's still standing strong, it's still here, so it's cool. Anyways, I wanted to let's get into the video. This is my story time about how I used to sneak out my house. So I was about maybe like 16 or 17 when I met my current boyfriend, and I was actually working at Dunkin' Donuts. And I remember, you know, he came through. I had actually went to school with him, but I didn't talk to him in school. But I remember he came through the drive-thru at work, and I was like, oh, like, whoa, you look real different. Okay. I'm like, oh, like, you look different. And then he was asking for my number, and then I was just like, nah, like, whatever. I feel like kind of when I was younger, I didn't even want to pursue boys because my parents are from the Caribbean, and if you are from the Caribbean, you just know, like, there's a lot of things that your parents are not going to tolerate. Like, I couldn't really be out of my house, especially like at nighttime with a boy. So I didn't really pursue that many things, but whatever. Damn it, let's put train of thought. So whatever, I ended up giving him my phone number, and at that time I used to work from either 3 to 10 p.m. or 3 to 11 p.m. So I would come from school and I took the school bus. I would take the school bus, it would drop me like up the block, and I'd walk to work. And then I actually lived like maybe 6 or 7 minutes away from my house, walking distance. So I would actually walk home at that time of night. I don't know, my parents would, I don't know, they used to try to pick me up, and I used to be like, oh, like, no, I could do it. So whatever, I just was walking home because it wasn't that far. But my mom always waited up until I got home. Like, she would wait by the door until I got in the house. So for a while he was texting me, and I was kind of just like ignoring him. He's like, oh, let me pick up from work. And I was like, nah. And then I remember one day I was at my friend's house, and I was like, well, this is perfect, like, he can you know, I can meet up with him outside. So I met up with him outside, and I was like, oh, like, he's really cute or whatever. So then I think maybe like a month went by, and he's like, you know, like, you should come to my house. And then I'm thinking like, okay. So like, at first I was really scared because I was thinking like, damn, like, I know I can't ask my mom if I can just go out at nighttime. So I was like, what am I gonna do? At that time my room was in a basement, and we had not like tiny windows, but they were pretty small. But I thought of this, like, I thought clearly of this plan. The AC, you fiend for somebody that you feel like you want. So what happened was my mom would wait home until I got home, and then she knows I would take a shower and then I would go in my room and I would close the door and I would not come back out. So I kind of practiced like a week straight of doing that just to make sure that there wasn't going to be like any interruptions, because I had a plan of what I was going to do. So maybe like the next week I took my shower, and then I went in my room and I waited for a while, because I was like, you know, am I gonna have the courage to do this? Am I gonna have the courage to do this? I texted him, I'm like, okay, come. And I was like, you know, like, but go to the corner of my house, because like I lived on a pretty small block and at the corner there was a stop sign. So I was like, oh, go and wait at the corner of my house. So I was like, my heart was like pumping, because I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like, imagine this is the one night that my mom wakes up and like comes in my room or something. So there was like, we had those blue bins, you know, those like storage bins. We had those storage bins in my house, and like I said, my room is downstairs, so I had them, and I think I like stacked them up or something, and I climbed through my basement window. And mind you, there's like a whole bunch of like dirt and grass right there. And not to mention, there would always be like cats and stuff walking by there. So my worst fear was that a cat was gonna come when I was coming. So, and I'm pretty, you know, thick girl, so climbing through that window, and then I had to like dust myself off like of all the dirt and everything, because I was like, oh man, like I don't want to see all this dirt on me. So whatever. I ended up not coming home that night. So in the morning time, I came back in through my window. And this went on for about a while, like more than 2 months. And then I think sometimes I would leave through like my side door, but I didn't really like doing that because I have a dog, and my dog like would bark anytime someone would come by the door. So this was going on for a while, and I didn't even feel nervous about it anymore. I was like, this is just, you know, this is fine. I had never gotten caught, and because I had never gotten caught, I had never had a plan of what I was going to do if I got caught. So I remember one morning, I came home and I pushed it, because I usually used to come home maybe like 6 o'clock or 6:30, because I took the school bus in the morning, and I think it came at like 7:20. So I came just enough time where I could shower and, you know, get ready for school. So I pushed it. I think it was summer. I came home like 7, and I'm walking up to my side door, and, you know, on my phone, not caring, like, I just got some, you know, not caring. And my stepfather was sitting right there, and when I tell you it was like I seen a ghost, I was like, because I had never planned of what I was going to do if that was to happen. And I don't know why I thought I was just going to be able to walk in the house and it was going to be quiet, because that's definitely not what happened. He's like, you know, are you just coming home? And my driver fell off and on. I'm like, no. And he's like, you're about to leave? And I'm like, no. And I forgot what else he asked me, but I kind of just bypassed him and walked in my house, and I got straight in my bed. Like 2 minutes later, my mom comes banging on my door, and I just pretended I'm sleeping. I'm like, maybe she'll go away. I should have known, because if you have a Caribbean parent, you already know, like, it's just over. It's just over. So my mom was knocking on my door. And then, you know, I don't really like the lighting right here. I feel like it would be kind of better right here, because the light right there is like right in my face. I don't know. But that's like an awkward position. I don't know, maybe right here. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Really cute. My mom was like, where were you just at? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, you weren't just home. I was like, yeah, I went outside I went to get a bottle of water, because also around the corner from my house was a really small block. Like, if you go right across the street, like around the corner diagonal across the street, there was a deli and there was a gas station. So I was like, I went to get a bottle of water. She was like, why? Because we have water here. And I was like, yeah, but I was on the phone. And she was like, what do you mean, like, you was on the phone? She's like, why couldn't you have a phone conversation in the house? And I'm like, because it's a personal conversation. So she's like, which store did you go to? And I think that's how I went to the gas station, and she just walked out my room. She was like, okay. And again, I don't know why I thought that was gonna be the end of it, because she left for probably like 10 minutes, and then she came back inside, and she was like, you said you went to the gas station, right? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, well, I just came from there, and I asked him if he seen you. He said you had never came in this morning, so where were you? So I think I was just looking at her at this point because I didn't know what to say. Like I didn't have any plans for this. I just didn't know what to say. So I don't know. She walked away, but I remember after that she was like that nighttime thing didn't work anymore because she would be up and I feel like she would be walking around the house because I wasn't able to do that for a while. And then I remember one day I tried to test my luck and I did it, and she must have came to my room right after I left, maybe like 20 minutes after I left, because she texted me and she was like, "Where are you?" And I was like, "I'll be home in a few," playing myself, thinking I was grown. I was like, "I'll be home in a few," and she was like, "If you're not home in 20 minutes," which is what I had told her, she's like, "All your stuff is gonna be in bags." So I just ignored her because I was like, whatever, like she's not gonna do that, whatever. And I remember I was in college at this time, so I was probably like 17 or 18. So I remember I came home the next morning because she was texting me all night. I had to block her number because I was like, I don't need this boy to see like my mom blowing up my phone, like I look like a little girl. I came in the next morning and every single thing that I owned was in garbage bags. And like I said, I used to come home right before I needed to go to school. So at that time, I was still taking the bus. Like I didn't have a car. I had my first class probably like at 8:30 or 9 o'clock. I was home by like 7:45. And I was kind of late pushing it, and everything was in bags. And I like was like, why would you put my stuff in bags? Like, why would you do that? Like, I couldn't believe that she did that. And she's like, you know, you want to be grown, this is what you get when you need to be grown. So I was mad because like I have like 15 minutes to get to school and I need to search these bags and find out where freaking my clothes are. But yeah, never again. I don't miss being a child because that was just too much. And if my mom sees this, I'm pretty sure I'll still get my butt whipped to this video because she gonna be like, really, you was doing all this, huh? But yeah, that's the end of my story time, guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm definitely open to new ideas. Like I'm new to this, so anything that would interest you guys that you like to see, definitely shoot me some suggestions. I have to get more comfortable because I really want to vlog. Like I feel like I do a lot of things outside, but I'm kind of like nervous because I live in New York, and New York is kind of, I feel like, not really so much a YouTube state as to where you would go to California or maybe Miami and you see somebody with a camera, you won't really look at them because you're like, oh, I know what they're doing. But here I feel like everyone would stare at me, so I kind of have to get over my fear of that. Once I get it over though, it's on, you know. I'm gonna try this weekend though. I promise you guys. I'm sorry I made you guys wait for so long for my video, but yeah, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with another video soon.